A day before verdict. The court building stood quietly in the early morning. People slowly entered through the main gate, knowing that today was an important day. Inside the courtroom, a judge prepared to hear a serious criminal case. The case involved a young man named Dara. Dara was the defendant. He was accused of participating in a large fraud network. Even though many people believe he was guilty, Dara still had the right to fair trial. Before the trial began, the prosecutor reviewed the case file carefully. The prosecutor represented the state and was responsible for providing the defendant guilt. Across the rooms, Dara sat quietly beside his lawyer. The lawyer's duty was to defend the defendant and protect his legal rights. When the judge entered the courtroom, everyone stood up. The judge looked serious and calm. The trial is now in session, the judge said. The trial begins. During the trial, the prosecutor spoke first. She explained the charge against the defendant and presented documents, witness statements, and financial records. According to the prosecutor, the evidence clearly showed that Dara had committed fraud. The lawyer stood up and responded calmly. He accused that the evidence was incomplete and that the defendant had been wrongly accused. The lawyer reminded the court that the defendant is innocent until a verdict is issued. Witnesses were called one by one. Some supported the prosecutor's claims, others created doubt. The judge listened carefully, took notes, and asked questions. The trial lasted several days. Bail and waiting. Because the trial was long, the lawyer requested bail for the defendant. The lawyer accused that Dara was not a danger to society and would not escape. After considering the request, the judge agreed. The defendant was released on the bail under strict conditions. He had to report regularly to the authority and could not leave the country. While waiting for the verdict, Dara felt fear and hope at the same time. He understood that his future depended on the court decisions. The verdict day. On the final day, the courtroom was full. Everyone waited silently as the judge entered. He first that day the verdict would be announced. The judge reviewed the facts again. The prosecutor requested a heavy sentence, including long-term imprisonment. The lawyer asked the court to show mercy, insisting that the defendant did not deserve imprisonment. After the long silence, the judge finally spoke. The court had reached its verdict. The defendant held his breath. Sentence and justice. The judge declared that the defendant was guilty, but not of all charges. The court decided on a reduced sentence. Dara was sentenced to 2 years of imprisonment but 1 year was subsequent. The judge explained that the sentence was meant to punish, but also to give the defendant a chance to reform. The prosecutor accepted the decision. The lawyer thanked the court. The defendant lowered his head, knowing that the trial had changed his life forever. As people left the court, the meaning of justice became clear. The court, the judge, the prosecutor, the lawyer, the defendant, the trial, the verdict, the sentence, imprisonment, and bail were not just words. They were real force shaping human life.